mountain climbing. What am I climbing? I'm climbing food. This is food I'm standing on. Yes, this is eventually your food. If you look at it, this is exactly what's going to be going into you. It is cattle feed. This is, oh, it's a mix of all kinds of stuff. There's corn, there's Milo, there's, it's feed, okay? It's cattle feed. Let me catch my breath. What we do, or what they do, is Kirk is, there's a man here that has this cattle operation, okay? And he has some land over here, and Kirk has rented some land from him. It's like a quarter section, and it's got corn on it. We're getting ready to go over and cut corn. And so we come over in his yard here to hook the header up, and he's going across the road over there. Once he gets a little area cut, I'm going to take the pickup and the trailer and drag it over there, get out of his way. But for the moment, we just used his driveway here for a couple minutes. And there go the cattle. They're all around. Must be food time. Yep, they're all heading over to feed trough. But anyway, this food, this is shit, what do they call it? Silage? I'm probably got my terminologies wrong here, but it's a mix of all that stuff, all the stuff we're cutting. This Milo, this corn, you know, all this different stuff. Sometimes wheat, leftover wheat, or wheat that's too bad for us to eat. What they do is they grind it up, and then they put it in these great big piles. And then through the winter, when there's no grass to eat, they're in a feedlot and everything, they come over with a loader and they scoop it up and put it in the back of a pickup and run it over here along these feed troughs. And that's what the cows eat. So the cows eat, cows turn this stuff, see how it's all packed and everything? If you look in here, there's corn, there's some corn, here's part of it, corn cob, here's a stalk from a corn plant. That's a piece of a stalk. I ground it up. Here's a piece of corn right there. Real mini roasting ear right there. Anyway, they grind it all up with other roughage and stuff, and they mix some minerals and all that kind of stuff, and salts, and you know, just kind of like when you eat, you put salt and pepper on your food. Well, they mix it all in and they make it all. The cows, they like this, so they eat it and they turn it into beef, and then we eat it. So anyway, I better get back across the road, get out of this guy's lot, and get over and get parked, and then he's gonna have me run back into town and get in the truck and head to the elevator. So see y'all later. got this huge tower behind me. Any idea what that might be? Let me give you a little bit of a hint. It's out in the middle of this huge concrete slab. That's probably 200 feet out there to those Jersey barriers. It goes all the way around, big circle. I'd say it's probably about 400 feet all the way across. We got this huge tower that's way up in the sky. That's got to be at least 100 foot up. Any idea what that could be? I know it's kind of windy, so maybe I'll get back here behind the wind here, or behind the brake. We're over here at Cargill in Waukene, and this is the center dump of this huge pile of wheat. Usually in the summer, this is where they pile the wheat up. When those elevators get full, basically this is a transfer station. They bring wheat in. And other things. I just brought soybeans in here, but they bring other kinds of grains in here, mainly wheat, I think. And they fill these silos up, and then right on the other side is a mainline railroad, and they load that corn, the grain, whatever it is, onto the train and head back east usually. All right, and they'll end up going back east to different flour mills or grain mills or whatever, and over to the East Coast and overseas and stuff. So anyway, it's a big transfer station. Well, when those big silos get full, they just pile it outside. And this is the big concrete pad. Last time you saw me up here, I come in from the scale, I went around that driveway right there, went all the way around and pulled in there and dumped. I mean, you remember those videos from back then? Let me get over here in the shade, maybe that'll help. But anyway, I come around and dump, and this stuff, there was wheat stacked about, if that's 100 foot tall, there was about 90 foot of wheat. I'd be sitting underneath 90 foot of wheat right here. And this is the first time I've ever seen it completely clean. So I thought I'd come out and show y'all. But just the large industrial complex that it takes to feed your butt. It's amazing. Now, the reason I say that is that I think there's a lot of people in this country and in this world that have no clue where their food comes from. I think there's a lot of people out there that think they know where their food comes from. I think they have a lot of people that think they know, but do they really? I think a lot of people, and pretty much everybody's going to say, oh, no, I know better than that. But if you take it for granted. You take food for granted. You take a lot of things for granted. You take gasoline for granted. I mean, it's there at the gas station. You don't think about how it gets there, you know. But a lot of people, I think that farmers are like Green Acres, you know. Like Mr. Healy on Green Acres, you know. They don't realize how big of an industry that farming is. And I'm just looking at a little bitty piece of it here in Kansas, you know, the grain harvest. You know, wheat, corn, milo. Well, milo's for cattle, but corn, which is for cattle also. This is the kind of corn cattle eat, not pigs eat, stuff like that. This is not the kind of corn that people eat, like sweet corn, okay? But it's field corn is what they call it. But a lot of this grain out here, I don't think they realize what goes into making the different pieces of their dinner plate, okay? And it's just, I think there's a lot of businesses, people that aren't in the industry, don't realize how big it is, or how intricate it is, or how dangerous it might be, or whatever, okay? I mean, I've got a little bit of a glimpse into this farming industry, and I didn't realize, I grew up around this stuff all my life, and I didn't realize how big it was. My idea of farming was what my grandpa did. Very small time compared to what we do today. Okay, Kirk is a medium-sized farmer out here, okay? He's somewhere in the 5,000–6,000 acre range, something like that. What Kirk looks at and says, that's a big farmer, you gotta be above 20,000 for him to consider you a big farmer, okay? And I know there's other farms like out in Montana that, you know, 50 or 100,000 acres. That's considered a normal size farm, you know, or a ranch or whatever. But even I didn't realize how big this industry was, okay? And then I'm sure, you know, I think everybody watched like 9/11 and see the firefighters go up in the towers and realize, oh yeah, we really appreciate what those firefighters do. And yeah, I know he's a firefighter. He's got a hose and he squirts water on a fire and puts it out. And there's so much more to that, you know. When you're a firefighter, you're pretty much a paramedic also. You give you know, triage and you know, first you know, first medical treatment a lot of times, you know. A lot of times you're a firefighter and you're simply getting a cat out of a tree, you know. But I think a lot of people don't realize how intricate a lot of the different businesses or industries are. I have no clue. I could maybe fathom a guess. I have no clue how big the tech industry is out in Silicon Valley. I mean, that's not my world. So I go, oh yeah, I understand their technology. There's an iPad or there's a laptop computer, and I understand, and you ain't got a clue, you know. So anyway, that's what this video is about. Just me kind of ranting about people. People don't realize what goes into a lot of things that you guys take for granted. Even me, I take for granted, you know. And I would have loved. This is one of these things. Bucket list. I want to take a ride with a cop. You know, ride along for the evening, ride along with a highway patrol or a city cop or a county sheriff or something. I would like to do that. Something else I would love to do would, if I ever got out on the coast or something, is go out like on what do you call it, National Guard, or not National Guard. What's the word I'm looking for? Coast Guard. The Coast Guard. I would love to go out on a boat and go right on for a day trip on Coast Guard and see what they actually do. Probably can't do that. That'd be kind of like going on a B-2 bomber in the Air Force. You just don't get to do that as a civilian. So, but it was, you know, it's one of those things in the bucket list. But anyway, enough of me on this. I just thought I'd just point out just that one little concrete ring, how big that one thing is, and that is such a small fraction of what goes on during harvest out here in this state, let alone a whole bunch of other states. So with that, I get out of here. Y'all take care. Ciao. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, I'm driving.